This is your daily market review for Wednesday, October 16, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review, Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. Hopefully you're having a great day. Not surprised by a little choppy action. OPEX, I honestly thought we'd finish red, especially the Qs. Finished 8 cents up. Wow, congratulations. Again, if you are long the market, define your risk, raise your stops. Overbought conditions are rather extreme. Some of the Buffett's favorite indicators, I don't know. Just, again, if you follow the channel, you follow the Discord room, you're seeing what we're posting on Twitter, which should be showing up on my website, you should be getting a ton of insight on what to expect. Is it perfect? No. Is it probability-based game? You bet your ass. Remember, you can lose with pocket aces. That's the thing about the market. You might think you know everything about it, but you know what the best way to survive and make money in the market is doing what? Having stops, being humble, and allowing yourself to do the best you can. When you win, those are good problems to deal with. When you're losing, cut it short, move on, do what you got to do to survive and advance. Think of this as like Jimmy V. Survive and advance. That's the game, right? You get to the final four, you got that $1 million. Again, appreciate all love, support, generous donations. You guys are amazing. I appreciate when folks hit me up about the referral, especially ones in the Discord room. I'd love to help you out. Again, Sam, appreciate you hitting me up. I got somebody for you. And I've told people this all the time. If you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate and you're not hitting me up, getting 2 agents for the price of 1 to help game plan, strategize, and negotiate, which negotiation is where the money's made, and that's my favorite part. My psychology background and degrees and hard knocks, whatever you want to call it. Love that part of it. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Follow on the Twitter, again, posting what we see, what is going on. People asking about UVXY. Again, my favorite trade on the UVXY is to short it on pops. So posting a ton of stuff here. Again, the expectations versus earnings is just, ooh, they usually do not diverge this hard. All right, like, subscribe, and the notification bell on YouTube. I appreciate, again, everybody. If you want to chat, use the Calendly link, 30 minutes, free time. This is the goal, y'all. This is the goal. Let me see if the tweets are updating. They should be on the website. Yeah, here you go. Oh, maybe not so much. I wonder if something changed here. I'll get that figured out. But anyway, yeah, just let me know how I can help. Oops. All right. Anyway, back to regular scheduled programming. Hit me up, 30 minutes. Let's chat. CME, watch tool. What do y'all think, right? Do you think you're actually going to get 2 rate cuts? No, absolutely not. 1 right now is looking like a lock. If inflation gears up, I would see this climbing. Again, be careful. Be careful. The feds are kind of screwed here. Bitcoin, some people are talking about shorting it. Again, I mean, look at the levels. I like this box better than some of the trend lines and some of the things that people were posting. Again, it's all subjective. Everyone can be wrong and will be, right? Like you got this, I think some people were trading this. I get it. Whether you're short or long. Yeah, I mean, I would be watching up here. Again, I don't have VAP on this, but there's a lot of VAP up here. It's going to be hard to break through that straight on. So the higher the better if you're going to look to short. Use the reference, define your risk. If you are shorting, good luck. Personally, I do not feel like shorting. I mean, it makes sense, but again, I think there's just better trades. Short tech, not Bitcoin. Oils we talked about. I don't believe that Israel's going to somehow just not hit anything in Iran. It's not going to cause oil issues. But either way, demand destruction is real. So I don't know the downside as much as I do know that long term I expect higher prices. I absolutely do. It's just going to be volatile. Natural gas seems to be not updating. Come on. Give me that eat fresh refresh. There we go. Talked about it pulling back. Sorry. I mean, not sorry. I expected this. I mean, this is the thing we talk about. I like natural gas long term, but I expected to pull back. Dollar ripping. Something's going on. Be careful. TLT. Check this out, right? Chopping around, held trend line, you're welcome. This is the hardest thing. First bounce, I expect some pullback off the lows. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. VIX, again, I mean, options expiration. They're trying to beat the VIX down. Will they be able to? I mean, again, it's holding up not surprisingly, incredibly well considering the market's at all-time highs. Essentially, VIVIX, again, holding up incredibly well considering. Again, I think volatility is coming back. It's just Somebody knows it. I mean, again, you got the overbought conditions at extremes. It's so many things. So many things. SPY, we talked about yesterday, engulfing bar. Okay, bounces back. Yeah, it's hard to be a bear. I get it. Sometimes at the bottom, it's hard to be a bull too. Talked about this, right? This engulfing bar. Said watch the 20-day in the trend line. All right, held it. So far, so good. IWM said there's a 2-day range here. Would it fail? No, right back at the highs. Watching this 226 area. Be careful. I mean, it could fail or could break out. I mean, IWM has been lagging. I don't see how small cap earnings are going to be expanding, but market is not always rational. Look at the gold breaking out or chopping out. We'll see. Again, long term, I've said this on my record. Like, I would love to disappear and come back and tell you where gold is going to be at a year from now, and I can guarantee it's going to be higher. I just don't know how it's going to look. But in the meantime, silver, again, everyone's really bullish on it until it breaks out. I'm kind of skeptical. GDX, same kind of thing. Like miners, like get up there and then poo-poo. GDXJ, hey, right? We'll see what happens here because miners lead. They lagged, caught up, and then these candles today. I don't like them. But hey, it doesn't mean it's bearish. Just high and tight, it's bullish. Let it chop around. AEM, which has been leading up, lagging, not making new highs. Like just stuff you watch. AG should break the downtrend, right? Should be absolutely break the down. We'll see what happens. Newmont needs to get, I mean, this thing closes closer to the low of the day. I mean, looks like it's breaking out. Again, need follow through. Pass, like this head and shoulders, whatever this area, it's just, can't get over it. Something's not making sense. Sometimes the market's confusing. Maybe it is a trap before it goes higher, or they're about to beat the crap out of it. Either way, you should be on red alert if you're trading the minus. Taiwan Semi, again, I think this is bonkers at its back at the highs. You do your due diligence. Looks like a double top to me. All the risk in the world, in my opinion. All the risk. After after ARM Holdings and all the ASML, I mean, I think it's ASML. Again, I expect chips to be toast long term. Micron, 100-day, backing off, chopping around, watching this area. AM Dizzle. Everybody and their mom thought this was going to 180. Back to the trend lines. This is why you follow the channel for the levels. Look at them apples. NVDA, nice pop today. Got to give it credit, but it did get smoked down yesterday. Again, what happens when China is not buying their chips? What's going to happen? We'll see. It's coming. SMCI, especially if World War III starts and they encircle Taiwan, you got to be kidding me. Like, there's so much risk on the table for NVIDIA. If you go again, I love this chart. I mean, a lot of people probably didn't see this, but where is it? Right, you're at almost 11% of GDP on NVIDIA alone. Wow. Okay. Anyway, back to the channel. SMCI 50-day. Could it break out? We'll see. I mean, we talked about this thing bottoming potentially. I like it. Intel, I think it's going to get flushed out of the Dow at some point. Everyone hates when I say it. Seems like it's lagging. SMH, a little oversold bounce holding the 100-day. Wouldn't be surprised if it chopped around here. Adobes, right? Gaps down, chopping around, watching. I don't know. Just tough to say near term. The fruit said, watch yesterday's action. Ugly. Now you have another doji. I'm telling you, I think the top is in on Apple. Again, earnings coming out, so there's no guarantee. Just be careful. Meta, again, or Amazon, this one's been lagging. I mean, every time it gets to 200, Bezos sells more. So it's like, until he's done selling, I don't know. Meta, kissing the ring of the DT. I mean, 20-day? Starting to turn. I mean, again, I know you've got earnings coming up. That's where you got to be careful. That's all I can say. Earnings, be careful. CRM, chopping around the highs. Google going to get broken up. Again, I think the parts are more than worth the whole, right? If you break this up, the parts are going to be valuable on this thing. We'll see. Microsoft. Oh, got his knees. Been lagging at the lows. I mean, I'm hearing some funky things about these companies. Be careful. Microsoft, or NDAQ, again, I think this thing is toast in time. Man, bouncing more than I thought. Ugh. Do we have to retest the highs, or is this a head and shoulders? Shampoo's better. If you know that reference. Potentially forming. Keep an eye on it. Micro strategy. Again, look at this breakout. Look at these levels, trend lines. Okay, 8 and 10 day have to hold. Again, I'd be careful on that one. When you go to 120 up to 230 almost, don't be surprised by some pullback. Netflix earnings tomorrow, holding at the range, not the range, holding at an old trend line. And it's just like the amplitude of the strength is getting weaker. It's like getting tired. Like think of a rubber band man theory. Woo, pulls back. Whew, getting real tired. Real tired. Oh God. Yeah, not much up. We'll see what happens. Roblox involved with some pedo stuff. Oof. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. I'd be watching that 40 area. PanW, cybersecurity, we believe it's a threat. Up at the range highs, chopping around is not bad. To me, this will be the type of tech that will be leading the next, if there is tech. I mean, when there is tech leading. In Tesla, again, it's a big trading range. I don't know what to tell folks. Long, short, long, short. Again, sell the highs, buy the lows, sell the highs, buy the lows. Till that breaks out, you can't really go against that. Insight, excuse me. I think they get bought out at some point, like it in the 60s. Palantir, plantar fasciitis. I'm surprised no one said anything about me joking on that. Yeah, and we talked about it. Every time it gets ripped, it pulls back. All right, you're in the pullback cycle. Worth a watch. McDonald's. I don't like this breakout, right? Here you go, chop. Then you just do this and you gap. You like, ugh. Keep it on. DKNG again. Ugh, fake breakout. Ugh, gives it all back. Looking like the 100-day, 50-day better hold. Airbnb, right? This one trash floats last. Watching this area makes sense. Costco, been leading. Man, this 50, 20-day confluence. Chop. Starbucks. Talked about this one going nowhere fast until I see anything else. Again, I'm not surprised. They go up. Probably want to see the CEO talk about the next quarter. If I was him, and this is where I'd be scared shiznit this of Starbucks, is that when they come to earnings, does he tank the quarter? Does he literally throw the baby out in the bathwater, say everything bad that's possible, just so to get, all the bad news behind them? Because again, whatever was wrong with Starbucks, you can just blame the previous ownership or group management and just say, we're going to do things different, but we suck right now. We'll figure it out. That's the best thing to do. Get expectations down. Under promise, over deliver. FedEx, chopping around, holding up pretty well. Right today, at least. Caterpillar looked like it was going to, chop around some more? Yeah, 20-day. We said, watch it. Deere looks like it's failing, but man, chopping around. I mean, you got to give it credit. Commodities had a nice little bounce. Again, China doing another stimulus 3.0. Again, we like them long term, like steel. You got to love steel, aluminum, copper, gold, lithium, uranium, all of it. Especially talk of more nuclear stuff, right? Keeping on it. Ballet, right? Chopping around. We like materials. Copper is gonna. If you're building nuclear, you're gonna need a lot of copper lines. CCJ, congrats. Again, you had Google and Amazon after hours the last 2 days talking about building mini nuclear reactors. Are you freaking kidding me? Congrats, bulls. Man, I've been wrong. I thought this would pull back just by the nature of the beast. Holding up strong like bull. Congrats. Again, not shorting it. CF, ag names, we like these on pullbacks. People got to eat, right? Keep an eye on this stuff. Just letting it play the game. AA Aeron, chopping, holding up. Again, when you zoom out, you can see the bigger picture on this is a beauty, thing of beauty. Near term, don't know. XLF, you gotta be kidding me. I've got positions that I'm just scratching my head on. Go ahead and make fun in the comments. Again, that's part of the game. You're going to be wrong. Again, financials hold all of the risk globally. And sometimes, guess what? You're wrong. JP Morgan, really not much to say. A short reference here makes sense. Morgan Stanley popped on earnings. We'll see what happens here. That wick is pretty wicky. Bank of America. Right? Buffett can't sell fast enough. Look at that candle yesterday. Goldman Snacks. Look at the candle yesterday. Now a doji today. Left-right combo. KRE. Back at the highs. Can it go? Coming into an old trend line. Talked about it. Can it go? Well, we'll see. Again, I don't trust it. Jets. I know some folks were looking at the airlines. Look at this. Got back up. What's interesting is this is my favorite, this is my favorite bottoming formation if it was upside down, where you have like a downtrend and then you retest like an old, and old support. So think of this upside down and then you make a slightly higher and then poof. That's what it feels like. That's been on a rip. Are airlines doing that well? Did I miss something? XHB, right? Housing, right? Chopping at the highs. I mean, I'm in the housing game. I see it. It's not good. It's not good at all. Everyone keeps talking about rate cuts. Good luck. Solar throttled. Sedge. Again, going to 15. ENPH, people are like, zoom in so I can see it. Just like, no, not much to say. Well, I'll say this again, breaking the lows for solar, chopping 200A. Said it coming. Look at that. Bam, bam, bam. HYG, you got to be high out of your mind to be buying corporate debt. Say it again, going on record. Oil, not surprised, pull back, right? Talk about it. I mean, this whole thing about Israel, this and that. No, okay, I don't want to get political, but no, they're not going to sacrifice oil's reserve. Why would, if you're going to war with someone, why wouldn't you take out their oil supplies? Jeez. All right, never mind. Anyway, UNG again, hate this product. Talked about taking profits. If you shorted cold in the 80s, 90s, congrats. Let it come on back. Come on back, you hear? XOP, another one we follow closely. Again, Ted is probably going to struggle here. All right, pulling back. That gap is freaking huge. Gap tooth, so my dick got the fits, if you know that. Death row, old school West Coast rap. CVE, big chop range, 16 to 20. Valero, the gasoline name's not really doing much. Leave a comment below if you know hip-hop stuff, if you like more references. MPC, chopping at the lows. I mean, it's tough to trust this stuff. ExxonMobil looks like it's going to break out, going to the big gap down. Occidental, again, I'd like this name long-term. I don't think there's that much downside, but this is where we talked about selling in-the-money calls, and you can just collect premium and play the game like Buffett. I'm not talking about the buffet. I'm talking about Warren Buffett. EQT, again, we like natural gas, but look, these things come in. Last but not least, your favorite, my favorite, 11% dividend yielding, natural gas exporting, Flex LNG. So, you have any questions, don't hesitate reaching out. Always here to help. I think it's one of those situations where if you are paying attention, you know, it's options expiration. You're not getting too crazy. You're not getting silly. You're not doing anything out of the blue, but you are paying attention. You're going, okay, I expect some chop here. Again, I think there's going to be way more red as the week goes on. I don't see things getting better. If anything, it's almost like, and again, I hate to sound political, but it's almost like if you had to think about what's the best way to make sure that China, whatever our adversaries really mess up at the election, start a war. Do some crazy crap. Like, they don't want Trump back in. I mean, again, whether you like Trump or not, like, they were under control. Like, he definitely had them on a leash. On the last 3.5 years, these guys have been able to do it. I mean, these other countries have been able to do whatever they want. So, again, remember, Trump had China checkmate in a trade war. And then that's when all of a sudden, a year, months later, right before an election, the disease called COVID popped. You remember that? Pretty wild how the timing of that works. But yeah, he had a trade war. It was basically done. We were going to all start moving the manufacturing back. Didn't happen. Still outsourcing a ton of things. Again, it's not about politics. I'm just talking about the money flows and what to expect. Some people get kind of wound up about it. Always here to help. Again, I mean, you have to look at the markets, and you can talk about speculative things. I mean, it sounds like conspiracy. I don't know. This is the hardest thing about trading, and I'll end it here, is that you don't know the why until it's too late sometimes, right? Why is CCJ holding up, right? Why is it acting? Well, because Google, Amazon, and whoever is going to be building little mini nuclear reactors. Well, if you didn't know that and you tried shorting it, well, you got popped. So that's something I have to do. Follow the money. Be careful. Let me leave a comment below. Again, the greatest gift you can give to me and this channel is not money, not your time, other than just clicking some buttons, hitting the like button, leave a comment, share it. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, take 30 minutes. Let's chat. Talk to you soon. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, your PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.